Hello everybody, Brent B here, and I make game boards. Lots and lots of game boards. Today we're going to do a little winter scene on some cedar. So let's get to it. Alright, so today I'm going to try a little winter scene. First thing we'll do is get some color on the board. I'm going to go for an evening time look. So first thing I'm going to do is just cover the board with a nice pink color. I'm using Kita wood dye, which I've been experimenting with the last few months, and really impressed with it. A lot of fun. All right. Just going to kind of cover that. We'll cover this up with snow later, so I think that's good right there. Now we'll come in with a little blue. Right. Now if I zoom in the camera a little bit here, you'll see I have some marks on the board right along here, and those are there for reference points because this is going to be an aggravation board, and those are going to be holes, so it gives me a little bit of an idea where I can go with the artwork I'm going to do without taking a big chunk out of it once I drill this thing. All right. Now the wood dye I mix with isopropyl alcohol, and so it dries really fast. Okay, get some blue on here. As it dries, it also gets darker, so this will show up more as we go along. And the goal is to have sort of a cloud-like appearance in the sky. This board is for some family of mine, my cousin Sheena and her husband Brandon and their son Drake. So I just want to say hi to all of them, and this board is for you with love. Hopefully it comes out looking all right. So I mixed up a little bit of a dark color here that I'm just going to use the Bob Ross tapping method, although I'm using a stencil, but that's okay. Get a little color in there. Now I've mixed up a little bit of a grayish color that I'll make some snow with, because again I want it to be kind of a winter scene. So I'll just pull that along. Bob Ross said this was one of the easiest things to paint, snow. Well, I'm giving it a shot. I haven't done this before. All right. Maybe I can thin this out just a little bit with some water. See if I can't get a little bit of the grain to show through. I'm just taking a paper towel here and moving some of that excess paint. Okay, I'm back with my second stencil. And I want to do a little cabin here, but since I can't paint cabins, I'm going to use a stencil. But the first thing I want to do is get a background for the snow so I don't have to go through the tedium of painting snow on the cabin. So I've mixed up some more color here that I am just going to put down here. And then once this dries, I'll remove the stencil and put another stencil over the top of this one, but it's going to have all the details in place. But it looks like we're good to go now, so I've got a little bit of a brownish green color now I'm going to put in for my trees. Since this is in the foreground, it's going to have a little more color. Then I'll add a little black to it, a little more brown to hit the house. Let's get our little cabin painted now. And I'm just trying to go gentle, just tapping it in. If I force it in too hard, it is going to want to bleed under the stencil. I think that does it. We'll let it dry and check it out. Okay, our stencil came out pretty good, and I was just putting some touches on some of the places that wouldn't really have snow, giving it a old wood look with just a little bit of brown wood dye that I mixed up. So I'm gonna finish that up and then go on to the next stencil. Okay, our little cabin came out not too bad. So now I'm gonna put in a little moon. I've mixed up some white with a little bit of yellow. All right, now I'm just going to take a little piece of sponge with a little gray acrylic paint and put in a few little details in the moon. All right, we got a happy little moon. Okay, I've got my last stencil on, and I've mixed up some brown and black acrylic paint, and we'll get the last stencil going here. And then I'll put in a few more sticks and twigs and call it good. All right, just putting a few finishing touches on here, and then we're gonna call it good. And I'll put the holes in it, and we'll come back and take a look at the finished product.